Hello there gang, and welcome to Model Behavior. We've got a whole bunch of news to talk about, and it is the eve of Hasbro Pulse Con. It feels like Christmas. There's an excitement in the air. What are we going to get revealed in about 24 hours time? Well, more stuff than what's already here, because we've got a whole bunch of things to cover already that are not Hasbro related. So before the snowball titan that is Hasbro comes crashing down on top of us, let's talk about the other toy figures that have been announced only in the last couple of days. First of all, Mezco are having their Mezcon at the moment, where they reveal and preview a whole bunch of stuff coming up. So first of all, we got a couple of big ones, but I'll start off with doing a 5 points of articulation Doc Nocturnal set, which looks fun. It really, really does. I'm not a big 5 points of articulation kind of person. I like my zhuzhed up Rumble Society, bells and whistles figures. But this does look like a really fun, quirky set. You've got Doc Nocturnal with the cool Grim Reaper skull mask, and he's got his little frog butler, which is just kind of bonkers. I mean, how would a frog deliver drinks? That wouldn't work for a second. Nonetheless, though, I love the gimmick. And he's got his little Batmobile skull car as well. This is a pretty awesome looking set. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here, so there's no prices or release dates for these upcoming items. They're just Mezco wetting your whistle to let you know what's coming up in the future, and this looks like a really fun set. But also, oh my goodness, one that's going to put a big amount of stir amongst the masses. We've got two actually that are going to do that. First of all, we have the Mezco Sith Lord, the Rumble Society. What's the name of the cockroach character? No, it escapes me. The cockroach character guy. Ah, no, it's gone. Regardless, we're getting a Darth Vader version of him, essentially. So this is going to go perfectly with your Buck Rogers style mech suit that they just did. They're leaning heavily into their space Star Wars style combat. Star Wars, but not Star Wars. So you could imagine this guy being flanked by a bunch of Krieg warriors. I mean, the Krieg already, the original one with the black and white look, that's a stormtrooper right there. They got a red one. Yeah, you could totally just do your own Rumble Society Star Wars set, and that would go beautifully with Cosmic Legions as well. A little bit of action figure synergy there. That's what you'll love to see, so I'm looking forward to seeing more pictures of this guy. But then also, oh my goodness, we got this here truck. And Valiverse have been wowing us recently with what they're doing with their 1/12 scale military tactical vehicle. Well, Gomez. That's the name I was trying to think of. Gomez. It's a Gomez Sith Lord. Whew. There you go. Well done 2 minutes ago, Dave. You've got your answer. Nonetheless, this is their version of their own tactical style military Jeep, and it looks amazing. So the question is now, what are these going to look like compared to each other? We've got an amazing one coming from Valiverse, and then this, just in the one-off picture, it looks like there are lights. It looks like there's all kinds of opening compartments and hoods and hatches and guns. Not only that, it's got a top, a middle, and a bottom. So I think we can all get pretty excited about this vehicle. What's the price going to be? Well, we're going to have to find out. But it's an exciting time to be a 1/12 scale military type collector, because this, G.I. Joe's, Valiverse, Rumble Society, this is going to go with all of them, and judging by this picture at least, it's probably going to be quite awesome. I'm guessing about $300 though. It ain't going to be cheap. Time will tell. Kid Goku Innocent Challenger. Had to just rattle that name off before I forget it. It's another Dragon Ball Z character from Tamashii Nations, SH Figure Arts, and you know what? It's everything that you would come to expect from these guys. Look at all the accessories. I love the super animated cartoon faces. I was saying on a previous video how I don't like anime faces on realistic, real-world looking bodies. For me, it's kind of a disconnect. It just doesn't work. But then when you get a cute, chibi little character like this, then the crazy animated expressions, that's exactly what they're there for. And this looks adorable. I don't really know Dragon Ball Z, but I love his little monkey tail and his just kind of really childlike is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I think childlike kind of anime character look to him. He actually looks adorable. I was always thinking that it was the big chunky Dragon Ball Z figures that I might finally roll the dice on, but this little dude here, he's just kind of adorable. So I'm actually really impressed with this here. I like the look of it. So I'll have a little look for prices and release dates. Let me see if there's anything listed here. I don't think there's anything up here yet. But yeah, he's available in person as an exclusive at the Tamashii Nation store in New York City. So there you go. They recently opened their own store in New York, and this is where you can find him. Entertainment Earth have an exclusive sketch version of the comedian version of the Joker. So I think this is from when they released their 3 Jokers. This is the comedian version, and honestly I think probably, well, arguably, no, I don't know actually, I was about to say like the coolest one, but all 3 of those McFarlane Jokers I think were pretty good actually, and I don't like McFarlane, but I'll call him like I see him, and that was a nice threesome of Jokers right there. And this guy with the pencil sketch kind of shading and whatnot, it's a fun looking set. It's certainly one of those ones for, you know, the collector who has everything, or a super Joker fan. He's going to be a good one for you. Also, there are 2 different versions. There's one for $30, which is quite expensive for just a one-off figure. I mean, it's in a nice presentation set with a certificate of authenticity, all that kind of thing. Or perhaps the certificate of authenticity is specific to the signed one, because you can get a signed one, of course, which is also $50. So there you go. There's different flavors for your 2-color Joker, but the sketch version, it's a fun little gimmick. It's not anything that I would need, but again, you hardcore McFarlane Batman fans, yeah, this is one for you. Continuing with Mezco's RumbleCon, they also did the full reveal for their Slugfest character. He's going to be $100, available now on the Mezco website. Don't know when he's actually going to drop. It might be a little while with Mezco. Hopefully not though, because they're pretty good with their creator-owned stuff. That tends to come out a lot faster than their licensed properties. Hoo-ha! Does it ever. Nonetheless though, this guy, he definitely caught my eye, because I'd love, as I always say, what do I always say? I always say you're better recognized, but I also say I love the artistry that goes into action figures sometimes, and this is that action figure artistry there, with the cloth goods, all of the beautiful shading and the paint work on there, so many accessories as well. I love this big, hulking, grimy, bruiser looking character. And Mezco, they always do wonderful stop motion animation as well. So there's a great trailer for this guy up now. You can go to YouTube and take a look at it. And it's just, it makes you fall in love with the character because it puts over so much personality with it as well. This guy looks super fun. And you can see in this picture, he's posed with Hawk P40, which is another one of my favorite figures. I don't need this guy, but dang it. I kind of really want him. He's $100, so it's a lot of money. But nonetheless, though, he's got the light-up feature in his head. And actually, that was one thing that turned me off initially. I was like, I don't see much character in just a light bulb face. But actually, looking at it more and seeing it in motion, I'm kind of being won over. And then just seeing what a chonky boy he is. And I like the fact that it's not just a, overalls body. You can see you got the working zipped there. There's some actual, flesh tone and a real creature under there. That adds a lot to it. And then all the accessories. I love the big bludgeoning scrap metal hammer, the anvil, and this cute little robot yappy dog. Oof. Yeah, the more I look, the more I think, you know what? Maybe I could always expand my Rumble Society a bit. Maybe. And now, Storm Collectibles, you're killing me. You really are. Right now, over in Shanghai, there is the WonderCon Festival happening, and Storm Collectibles have a whole bunch of exclusives there, including a Street Fighter 2 Ken and Ryu 2-pack. And, dang it, the whole thing I've been saying for the longest time now is I've been wanting to get into Storm Collectible Street Fighter, but it would be too expensive to go back and get the old figures that have already come out. And now they're offering this as a 2-pack. And I'm like, I could totally get into this now if I could get hold of some dang stock from Shanghai exclusive WonderCon. That's the problem. This is only available there. However, they are apparently, they do distribute any leftover stock occasionally to places like Big Bad Toy Store, etc. So these might turn up in Western markets. I hope they do. I'm in the Eastern market. I'm over here. I'm just not in Shanghai. Dang it. So frustrating. But also maybe good, because I know that if I get these 2 guys, I'll want to get all the others. But yeah, I think Jada Toys, they got the ball rolling again with Street Fighter. Now we've got SH Figure Arts re-releasing their old figures. Storm Collectibles are like, hey, do we have some old Street Fighter molds? I'm pretty sure we do. Do we want to just print money? Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, I'm going to seriously look out for this 2-pack, because dang it, Oh gosh, these guys look good. And that's not all. We're also getting a Rasetsumaru. We got a whole bunch of repaints, basically, is what I'm trying to say. We got Rasetsumaru from one of the fighting games. I know, I'm sorry, I'm careful, Dave, your ignorance is showing. From the SNK, is it King of the Fighters? I don't know, I'm terrible like that, I am. Then also we've got Orochi action figure from King of the Fighters, there you go. So the previous one wasn't King of the Fighters, that was like Samurai Showdown, maybe, that was the one. Nonetheless, though, these are just repaints. Well, then again, the Street Fighter ones aren't even repaints. I just want them more. And then also we do have this Balrog Ultra Street Fighter 2, The Final Challengers repaint here, which is kind of a little bit garish, but if you want every different version, again, Balrog was one of those figures that I thought, oh, I gotta start collecting this line because it does look so good. And then from Guilty Gear, we've got Soul Bad Guy, which is just a fantastic name for someone who I assume is a bad guy. I mean, that's wonderful. Just say what you see, pal. And then, of course, you got the Bad Brothers being re-released as well in a silver paint job from Golden Axe. At least I recognize Golden Axe. That's my childhood right there. So, Storm Collectibles, man, you're killing me. I got to get my hands on these figures. And then all the other ones as well. This could be a dangerous rabbit hole if it happens. Not wanting to be left out of the action figure, 2D fighter, or 3D fighter in this case, with Tekken 8 craze, SH Figure Arts are making Tekken 8 figures. That was a sentence. Kind of. SH Figure Arts are making Tekken 8 figures. There you go. They've shown pictures of Jin Kazama, who's one of the main antagonists/protagonists of Tekken. Tekken's awesome that the story is so bonkers. The characters are like, is this guy a good guy or a bad guy? I don't know. They're all pretty despicable, but it's a lot of fun to play. And of course, this is a very moody, lit, shadowy kind of shot, so you can't see too much detail. But with SH Figure Arts, you have a fair idea of what to expect. The quality ought to be up there. And the Tekken 8 designs are very elaborate because obviously they can do so much now. So the characters have all sorts of bells and whistles and accoutrements on there. So being translated into action figure form should make for some very pretty action figures. We've also got Game Dimensions doing their Tekken figures, which are going to be probably half the price, but of course, your mileage is going to vary depending on the quality that you want on your shelf. But SH Figure Arts, it looks from this guy like they've made a good start. Square Enix have shown off their 6-inch scale Final Fantasy VII characters from Bring Arts, I believe is the name of the designers or manufacturers. They're expensive, I can say that, but they also look kind of amazing as well. I'm terrible with my Final Fantasy VII names. I'll always recognize the gun arm fella here. But yeah, $129.99 for the basic characters. And these are only 6-inch scale, so it's expensive, but also you compare it to your Figure Arts and other similar kinds of brands, and it's not a huge quantum leap in price, but it is going to start to get a little pricey. It's going to start squeezing your wallets if you want to get the whole set. But I can see why you might want to if you are a big time Final Fantasy fan. Because as far as action figures go, these look really stunning. I mean, dang it, I know I say that about a lot of action figures. I always look at it and go like, oh wow, this looks stunning. But I mean, come on, like, these genuinely do. We got Sephiroth here. I recognize Sephiroth just because I recognized Kenny Omega coming out dressed as him at Wrestle Kingdom this year, which was possibly one of the most badass pro wrestling entrances ever. So that was very cool. So I recognize this character from that. That's badass. But then, if you want to talk about badass, you gotta talk about this character here. I forget the name again, excuse me, but you Final Fantasy folks, you know. If you know, you know. And if you know his name, then you might not be averse to spending $300 on him, because that's how much this guy's gonna cost. But you can see, like, it looks incredible. When I first saw a picture without any reference, I thought it was a Balrog from Lord of the Rings. No, it's just this giant, I assume a summons creature. But yeah, he looks absolutely spectacular. So he should do for the price tag. I don't know how tall he is. Let me take a little look here. Ifrit, that's his name, isn't it? Ifrit, the second, Elcon, fire, blah, blah, blah. The jaw opens and closes. Product size, approximately length 12.44 inches, width 6.89, and diameter 15. Okay, so length, I guess that's height, isn't it? So 12.44 inches, so twice the size of a regular Marvel Legend, I guess. I measure everything in Marvel Legends. But $307.99, that's a lot of money, but they're not going to be released. until February of 2025. A year and a half to wait, so plenty of time to save up. Beast Kingdom are doing Rick and Morty figures. These are going to be $60 each and available around about February, well, more second quarter of next year. I said February because I had 2 in my head for second quarter, and my brain just went, that's February, Dave, the second month. No, second quarter, but close enough. So yeah, $60, and they're quite big figures as well. I'm thinking like 1/10 kind of scale, and a whole lot of character that's going to come with them as well. Just the different posing options. You got a little pickle Rick there as well. I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty still. I don't know if it's still cool to be a big fan of Rick and Morty. I still enjoy it. I really do. And so you've got the Morty set there. You've got the helmet for Morty's mind benders. 2, 3 different heads there with the pickle Rick and all the hands. It's a good looking set, and you can see like he's around 15.5 centimeters. So a decent bit of size to him there. And then you've got Rick as well, and I'm interested to see what it is that Rick comes with. He's got a couple of good animated head sculpts. I do love the big, wide, wacky kind of look going on there. A huge big portal as well, that's kind of fun. Giant ass portal gun. Yeah, the two of them together, oof, you know what, they would look really fun on your shelf. That would kind of just bring everything to life, because also, man, now I'm thinking about it, yeah, the whole point of Rick and Morty, of course, is like interdimensional travel and stuff. So you could just have them blipping into any display you want, and it would sort of canonically make sense. Man, I think I just sold myself on getting Rick and Morty. But anyway, I'm going to have to sit back and think about that and look forward to the new series, which should be dropping pretty soon as well. Good time to be a fan. Anyway, yeah, these definitely have my attention. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. A bit of a quicker episode because, we got to get this one out before Hasbro Pulse Con kicks off. And when it does, it's going to be quite daunting how much news is going to come out of that. I'm going to be doing a live watch-along of the Marvel Legends section, which starts at about 3 a.m. over here. So you're going to get a very bleary-eyed Dave doing a live stream in the small hours of the morning. But honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. It's like waiting up for Santa Claus to arrive. So gang, what do you think of these reveals here? And what are you looking forward to for PulseCon? It's a good time to be a collector. So gang, thank you so much for watching. Over on the Patreon, we've got a whole new bunch of reviews that are dropping on there, including the channel members section as well. So you can join and support the channel that way. But if you're just enjoying sitting here and watching Good News, then that's all right by me. So gang, thank you very much for watching. I did the hand thing the wrong time. I'm getting bad at this. So until next time, there you go. Keep displaying model behavior. This is the problem with having traditions and routines. When you fall out of them, you don't know what's going on.
Coffee.